Good evening everyone and welcome to Shady Tree Stitches. Hope you're all having a great evening or day out there in Flosstube world. I'd just like to say that it has been an absolute pleasure to get involved with this community. I cannot believe how supportive you are all of everyone else. It is just so nice and so different from the real world. I am really loving it, and I must say there's been a few times this week that I've really been touched by the other people's words and comments. So thank you so much to all of you who are watching me, subscribing me, commenting, and particularly the people who've been giving me a shout out and a recommendation. I really appreciate that. Very hard for a country Aussie girl to get her name out there. So yeah, please keep spreading the word if you're enjoying watching me, and I'm looking forward to it progressing in the next couple of weeks. I wasn't going to do one today because I've had a really hectic week and weekend, and I thought, oh, I don't have enough to say. And then I thought, oh, look, maybe I should just do it. I could do it vlog style like SammyJ, or see what happens. So we'll just see where it goes. I have a feeling now that I've sorted it all out and organised it, I have more than enough to tell you about, because I've been a bad girl, but that's okay. Firstly, news from this week is that I got sorted in School of Magical Stitches into Hufflepuff. I'm a pretty even matched person between Gryffindor, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. I'm pretty much anything but Slytherin, sorry Slytherin people, so I didn't really mind where I went, and poor old Hufflepuff looked like they needed some extra good stitches there, so I will see what I can do to try and be one of those good stitches to get lots of stitching done for the team. I've been working hard on my homework this week as much as I can in amongst my life. I would like to do some specific shout outs today. As I said, people who have really touched me emotionally this week. SammyJ, really appreciate your kind words. I look forward to spending a bit more time on virtual stitches with you, getting to know you, but you're lots of fun and you're just so real and down to earth. Aussie Stitcher, call her my fellow Aussie friend, even though we're from opposite sides of the country, which is a long way apart, and we're still a few hours apart, so we meet up at fairly odd times too. Really appreciated starting to get to know you too, it's been great. And the Sunshine Stitches, one of the first ones I watched when they were early on in their Flosstube career. I just love their energy, their excitement, and the variety of them. They're actually what inspired me to want to do it with my friends, so I am looking forward to when we can get there. So thank you so much for those kind words and the shout outs. I really appreciate that. I've also been watching lots of Flosstube while I've been stitching, and I would like to mention two new floobies. Hufflepuff Stitcher, I can relate to you because you're in Hufflepuff, and Desert Stitcher, who's just started. I've been enjoying watching their beginnings, and it's nice to have other people who are on the same sort of position in the journey as me. And I've also been enjoying Jessie Marie Does Stuff. I think I mentioned her last time, I can't remember. She's been having a rough time that I can actually relate to. So Jessie Marie, if you're watching, I can empathise with you. And I've also been enjoying Lisa S. Stitches. Her name's Lisa, so I had to watch her. And I like it, you know, getting down to stitching. As I said, I like people who talk about stitching. I'm not too fussed on, I mean, I care about your life a little bit, but not for the bulk of it. So I'm going to get straight into the stitching. And what have I been doing? I've been doing my homework as much as I possibly can. So to start with, I was working on my Fragrant Garden cottage. This beautiful little Aussie juniper design. I have a grand plan for these sorted out. I have 10 designs, including the one I've already finished. This is number 2. I've found a frame that I think is going to fit them in. I'm just going to decide maybe 2 lots of 5, but I have a plan for putting these together in a display, which is very exciting. So for the Fragrant Garden, I did this after last video, kept working on it for 500 more stitches for extra credit. So 500 extra stitches for turning back time. So you can see it's turning into a house, and it's almost there. So look forward to getting back to that one in a little while. I then have been spending a lot of time on one I've been very excited with, and that is this one that I worked out a way to show you a picture. If I don't kill it, my iPad. This is Christmas Town by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. That's what the picture looks like. And I have been working my little backside off on this one. So, you see that one? If I zoom in, sorry about the lot of shadow. All right, this one has been used for my week 4 homework. Divinations. So I had to do something that was, let's see if that makes any difference. Not really. Makes a little bit of difference there. Yeah, you can see me as well. People like to see me. Don't know why. Get a shadow though. Divinations. So this one meant to be like seeing the future, and they decided that you could use an opalescent fabric. So I'm not sure if you can see the opalescence in the fabric, but it is definitely there. So this was my 200 stitches for the opalescent fabric for that. I also have used it for 500 stitches for extra credit for the Marauders map, because it is a series of 3 buildings. And I then was loving it so much, I decided to jump on for 200 stitches for the Ancient Runes. You all would have heard about the Magical Stitches homework this week. We had to do 3 different classes because Hermione's been jet setting around into lots of different classes. You had to do 3 or you could do 5. So I am a bit of a high achiever. I have done the 5. It's a bit more easy to see the sparkle there. So I did do this for the Ancient Rooms because we got to naming the candy shop. So that was good. Still going to keep going on that for a bit longer, but that was 900 stitches in that one. Amazing, 900 stitches. Doesn't look like much on the material, but it does get there pretty quickly. Okay, this one needs to be, I'm trying to hold this in a way that's going to look as good as it can. My Easter egg sampler. I can't show you the whole thing in one go unless I go sort of that way. Look at it side on. So that's where it is. I've worked on this top bit up here. And the reason is care of magical creatures. Had to take care of a magical creature. The Easter Bunny is a great magical creature. There's also a cat, but he didn't count as a magical creature. So I worked my 200 stitches for that up the top. And I also kept going. 500 stitches for a project that has betrayed you. This one is gorgeous, but all the different stitches, it was misleading. I thought it was going to be really quick and easy, but I'm basically down to 1 lot of knots at the top and the hardanger at the bottom, and then I'll be finished. So we'll see when that can happen, hopefully sometime very soon. Right, the next project I worked on, I was working on this one a lot last week, the Home of the Quilter. Alright, that's what it looks like. And so this one in my Q-snap, and that's what it looks like from my point of view. I have got a bit more down the bottom, but can you see I finished all my brown stitches in the roof. I had to do the brown for homework, for last week's homework. Got that finished in time, and then I've used it for this week's homework for arithmetic. Arithmetic is to do with mathematics and quilting with all those geometric shapes. So I did that whole bed and worked on a bit of the other quilt. So I did my 200 stitches on that for the arithmetic. Now, I had an exciting plan for this, but my kids have gone to bed, so I'll keep my exciting plan for next time. But I'm very, very, very proud to say that I have a finish. Well, it's a monthly sale, so I have a partial finish, but it's a finish nonetheless. I finished the monthly part. And this one is my love story sale from Ship's Manor. And this one I have multied across all my platforms. I have been Stitchopolying the whole time, loving doing my Stitchopoly, roll the dice, get a certain number of stitches to do for a certain needle store, roll the dice, move again. I landed on Stash Diet, which is the equivalent of jail, so I had to do 300 stitches to get out of jail. This one I used for part of that. I also used it for the last week's homework for Stitcher Games entry for the fishing district. Again, I didn't need it because I'm already in the final, but I like to try and keep on task. So I used this one for the Stitcher games because you had to stitch anything that was the opposite of fishing. So in my Love Story Sal, you can see the people started reading books by trees separately. Now they've come together in love and they're holding hands, potentially skipping. And so I did this one for that because none of them are like fishing. They're all done on land. I've also included this one for my week 4 homework of Muggle Studies because it's the art of courting. The Muggles don't court this way. I mean, sorry, the magical people don't go through this way to court. This is the art of Muggle courting and love. And also for extra credit for something that's in another part of the world, because this is so obviously a European country garden, definitely not Australian. So I've been able to use that for quite a few projects. And because it was so close to finishing, I did an extra 200 stitches on it for extra credit about the Dementor attacking. Right, so something that's drained the life out of you, because I was sick of doing it. I'd been doing it and doing it. Again, it doesn't look like much, but it sneaks up on you. So I got all that done, and that was very good. That's that one. Let's pop them down here. Can't find where they belong just yet. So they are mostly what I've been working on. Yesterday though, I had an unusual day. It was a state election here, and for the first time ever I went and worked at the election, which meant I was at the polling booth from 7:15 in the morning till about 10 o'clock at night. I was, working with all the people who were out of area or had moved and hadn't told people that they'd moved, so we had to update their addresses. A lot of paperwork, and I was and then counting all the votes at the end. I was in a very quiet place at the end of a peninsula in the middle of nowhere, so I thought, this is going to be a piece of cake. I'm going to have so much time to stitch. I might even be able to stitch there and do lots. So I took along my Angel of Snow for from Books, and I stitched. See those little pale blue ones there? They're a tweeted thread with sparkle. 8 stitches. I got 8 stitches done in my lunchtime, and that was purely because I went, I am stitching today. So I got 8 stitches done on that one. Oh well, we'll get some more done on that next time. It's still there working on, but now at least I've got, because of my delivery, I've got the sparkly threads and things. I got a couple of the new DMC Etoile to try, and also some Cryonic, because it needed all these tweeted, sorry, it's been a big weekend, tweeted threads. So apart from that, as well as working hard, I also got paper cut right on the edge, right in the crease of my pinky. Fortunately, with the Band-Aid, I can still stitch, so I've been able to do a little bit today, apart from when I had an afternoon nap, because I really was tired. So that's what I've done. So that was my stitching that I've got done for this week. As I said, I've had a bit of haul this week. I jumped on Stash Unload, and I found a couple of cute little projects, cricket collections, Just Plain Friends, all 3 of those little projects. Really cute. Should be a quick and easy stitch for something. Not sure what I'll use it for. That's purely a stash acquisition for the sake of acquiring stash. And look at this cute one from Country Cottage Kids called Garden Girl. Isn't that just very cute? I'm trying to get it so you can see it in the light. Very cute. So that's just a little project that might come out for Mania. I don't know. My Mania is going to be led a lot by homework for Magical Stitches. Hopefully they're keeping that in mind when they get there. So I got that from Stash Unload from my good Australian supplier Jks Stitching. I got the rest of the DMC. That completes my set. So I now have a whole set of DMC. So EJ, as I said, you'd be proud of me. I'm following in your footsteps. And geez, I am finding it easy just to go and pull from it. And then I'll be able to update it. So I got that one. Many needle minders, and as I said, there's a couple of special shiny threads. Because I've never used needle minders before the last few months. And now I can't live without them. They're awesome. Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. So I got quite a few from Janet. And I haven't even unwrapped them yet, but who wants to see a whole collection of needle minders? Not me. I'll just show them to you when they arrive on a project. And then you guys have been enabling me. Naughty Flosstubers, making me buy things. How do I do it? I should be able to say no. I don't need this, but I do. I need it. It's important. I am a serious cross stitcher. I am a floss tuber now. I needed to do a chatelaine. Well, I needed to buy a chatelaine. I don't have any immediate plans to do it. With the chatelaines, I really love the mandala style, and I love the ones where they have different things on the different sides. So I bought myself the Chinese garden mandala. Isn't that beautiful? Got a garden in the middle, 4 different gardens. Whole bunch of different things that I will look forward to stitching. And of course, having no idea about a chatelaine, not going to take me long to do, is it? But I didn't buy threads because that's going to be expensive and I don't have any immediate plan to start it. But I did get from Janet, and I can't tell you what it is. This, it's still in plastic. Seems slightly motley, not actually the plastic crinkling. Piece of even weave. So I'm all ready to go as soon as I get the threads, but no immediate plans. I've got to get through Mania and stuff. That's for an after Mania plan. So I did buy a chatelaine. Okay, and then I had previously done an order from 123 Stitch. I don't know if you recall me showing you in my video 2 my haul. I was missing from the Drawn Thread Samplers Part 1, ABC. And one of you lovely people out there in Flosstube land said try 123 Stitch, who I don't think I'd ever heard of. So I was able to get that because it does make sense to me to start with A if I'm going to do the sampler. So now I have the pattern for that one. And I was also missing the final part of the Silver Creek sampler, Do Re Mi. So now I can go Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. Stitch the whole lot when I decide how I want to do it, but at least now I have the whole set. I don't like not having the whole set. The next thing that came in that order, because I had to make it worth the postage, was I actually won a Flosstube prize from Basic Stitches a few weeks ago, quite a few weeks ago. In fact, they haven't posted for 3 weeks, so I'm worried about where they've gone. And they selected for me, I won one of the House Trio sets from Waxing Moon Designs. I'm thinking it might be Summer House Trio, because I then decided to jump on board. If I'm going to get one, I may as well get the set. So I bought myself the pattern for the Waxing Moon's Christmas House Trio and the Winter House Trio. So hopefully my prize from them will arrive soon. I'll have 3 of them, and I don't believe the autumn or fall one's been done yet. And while I was there, because I was missing autumn, I got this pattern. It's from Cura e Baticor, Shabby Autumn Calendar. Isn't that just gorgeous? Just little sections. See, we don't really have, our autumn's not near Halloween. So even though there is sort of a witchy looking person there, I don't like autumn things that are very Halloween-y because it's not our Halloween. So I like this, and I actually would like to get the whole set. But we'll get there, but that's really good. And then finally, because I realised I do a lot of big things, I thought I'm going to start having some scraps of material left over. And I found this really cute little series that you guys probably all know, but I didn't. Fragments in Time from Summer House Stitchworks, 2018. And they're just little projects that you can make into a pillow or whatever, pincushion. So I have got number 1, number 3, look at that cute star in patchwork, number 4, number 5, look at that cute little house, and number 6. Honestly don't know how many there are in the series, but I do know I'm missing number 2. So dear darling friends, if anyone knows where I can find number 2 of the 2018 Summer House Needleworks Fragments in Time, I desperately need number 2 to finish this set, because I can see them being a really quick stitch and great for making little gifts for people. I'd like to actually make one of these for my Shady Tree Stitcher friends. So it would be really, really good to get the missing pattern, whatever it is, I don't know. I'd like to do the 6 of them. So that is basically my shopping haul, except, remember I said you guys were naughty? Very, very, very naughty. Because it's not me, it's all you. You make me do it. You do. Well, I got the chatelaine, and then I think it was Megan or Vicky, I forget. Somebody posted, yeah, Vicky, it's definitely Vicky. Vicky on Magical Stitches, you made me buy myself a Haid pattern because Haid had a sale, maybe still has, not sure. So I jumped online in my free period and I looked at all the patterns, and I have bought myself this one, which is called the Mini Patchwork Sampler by Jane Scott Worcester. Love, love, love her designs. Could have got so many of them. Figured I'd start with just one. Good thing is, being just a pattern, it was only cost me about $12 Australian for the pattern. So that's a really cheap one, isn't it? Let's not talk about the 89 different threads I'm going to need to do it. But really, really happy with that. That's very exciting. I haven't got my fabric for that yet. I'll get around to it again. It's not an immediate plan, but you never know when it's going to come into fruition. I may end up with some homework that says I have to work on a Haid. Then I'll have to get started, won't it? So that's what I've been working on. And that is my haul. Now, you lovely people voted, and thank you. It was quite overwhelming. This one. The ruby one for my Mill Hill ornament. So that's got to be on my plans for this week because it was for my Mill Hill March, and it is currently the 24th of March. So that only gives me this week to get this one done. As you can see, gorgeous little kit, everything in it. Christmas jewel, ruby forest, charmed ornament. So hopefully I'll have another finish next week because I need to get that one done. And apart from that, I want to keep working on my Christmas Town 500 stitches because it makes me happy, extra credit. I need to do some more stuff on that Spirit of Snow Angel. And then my plans are going to be just guided by the homework, whatever the homework may be. I get some of it sometime tomorrow, I think, and some on Tuesday. So we'll see where that takes us. So again, really would like to thank you for stopping by and spending time with me. And I wish you as much relaxing, happy stitching time as you can possibly get this week. And I will check in next week, hopefully. By the link of this, I'll just post it. Seems to be my normal sort of 20 minutes or so. So have a great week, and hopefully I'll see some of you on virtual stitches.